I don't think that works. Okay, how about cobalt blue? How about cobalt blue and little purple? Well, I'm getting, it's a little too splashy. Calm down. Now that I'm thinking about the students in class and how very brave they are. It's amazing to me. You know, it is hard, but like, what was your name, Frank?
Frank.
Frank was saying it's only a piece of paper. That's true. I do like to draw. Oops, I had too much red on my, I've got to get rid of that. I had red on my brush. I do like to, sometimes if I'm doing a portrait commission, I will project the image if I'm doing it for a commission, so it has to be perfect. But I usually like for myself to just draw my freehand because from photos, but I want them to look like they were from life. So that's kind of the tricky part for me. I'm trying to pull that because it just feels better to me to do that. I'm trying to resolve this edge here. I don't want these edges to dry hard like that. Is it boring? No, not really. Let myself go. Okay. Vanilla. Back to vanilla somewhere. Okay, here's the lace over here. So we'll come back into that color. So I think it's subtle, the warmth in your, now it's not subtle. Smush that. Okay, well, I think I'll go back into the face now just a little bit. Maybe I could go over to this side of the hat. I will try to bring that over, but probably don't have enough time to do that tonight. But, you know, because I'm not sure how I'll resolve that. Try to finish a little more in the face for you, and oh, I forgot her ears over here. Oh no, that's the wrong picture. That is funny. Okay, I still want her to have some red hair here. No, I'm gonna lift that. I'm gonna paint with dirty towels, so I'll get paint on this painting yet. Back up to the face. Let's do some work on the mouth. See, but the main thing is that mostly the portrait's done with that one wash. I think it's important to love the process of painting, whatever satisfies you. You know, and it may be that you might like the process of bringing it more to a finish and spending more time, maybe layering, whatever it is. It's just as long as you love what you're doing, what satisfies you. Me, I'm very impatient. I want all my paint right away. And if I have to throw them away, that's it. I noticed over the years I was throwing less away. So I figured, well, I guess I was getting used to it. Okay, a little in the mouth, little corners of the mouth. Look at that. bit more pop down at the bottom. See, I probably let that dry a little more, but, and then I put the shadow shape in that second wash and then pull. I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually knock down or neutralize this along here. That blue. I got scared. I love it that you're gutsy. You're gutsy too. Okay, maybe I can put a little more shadow in there. I want the heavy eyelid look. Oops, too much in that brush. That's a little thicker brush for the line, so I'll go to the other brush. A little heavier, tighter work around the eyes. Remember, if you're putting the highlight in the eyes, if we're doing that much detail work, this is not that detailed, but you want to remember to put the highlight part of the pupil and part of the iris. I don't want to necessarily put a lot of detail on the other side. And most of the darkness will go in the top lid.
What was that quote that you gave us? The more you say, the more you have to say?
Thank you, Frank. I know what he's trying to tell me.
No, I love that. I really wanted to remember
that?
I wanted to remember that. Yeah.
I thought you were giving me a hint.
No, I'm not. No.
Because that's what I was feeling.
Were you? Yeah.
I mean, I was feeling like,
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do actually right here is I want to push back. I knew I was supposed to do something. Push back a little darker along the features. Yeah, no, it's true. It's like I find myself, once I start down that road of defining things, I've got to keep going sometimes. Or I do keep going and shouldn't, but whatever it is, it just seems like it's never ending. So it's frustrating to me. I think it will look cool, but then when I do it, I'm not real happy. So, that ever happened to you? You're laughing way too hard. And I can do that. I can overwork it. It happens in commission portraits. It's like, oh, they paid so much money for this, so maybe I better just keep going. Just so they get their money's worth out of this. I swear, I do that. I had that mentality. In the corners of the mouth, I want it more red. That's okay. Let's go over here. I like that little touch of orange there. That was exciting. Okay, I'm not sure what we're... I don't want to get into that big wash. So let's go over here and get some of the hair. Hair over here. Under the hat. As I'm getting information about this portrait, it's really difficult to step back and try to put it in context, or how much you want to say or what you don't want to say. I think I'll pop this neck out here. How am I going to do that? Let's see. Let's go over here, put the hair down right here. Make a little shape here around the collar. Because that's really an important area. A little predictable here. Well, I'm getting that to that point where I'm not sure where I want to go here. So, probably when that happens, I should stop. But I'll keep going a little bit. Wrong thing. Okay, so if that happens, you don't panic. You just sit and say, okay, I'm not going to panic.
And then breathe into a bag.
And then you quickly
Breathe into a bag, he said.
oh, breathe into a
Yeah, right.
yeah, that'll be good. Keep that around. I like that. I like that. I'm getting too picky now, I think. I don't want to lose that spontaneousness, that it just kind of happened when they're, let's see if we can. And then you can just keep knocking things down a little bit. A little bit more value. Where you want the most highlight. Where you want it the most. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can just, you can pretend you're going to say everything and then stop.
How strong would you make the hands in relationship to the face?
How strong?
Yeah.
Not very.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. In fact, let's move down there and see what we can do. Probably very light. Well, I'd have to move down there a little bit slower, but let's see. We could go down here. Actually, she has like white gloves on. So.
Oh,
Hey, she really does.
what a cop-out. Yeah, sure. We believe you.
But you know what's weird? And I don't know. She has a wedding ring over her gloves. I wonder if that's what they usually did. I wonder. You think? That's what we did. I thought that was in those days.
I want to make sure she's taken. Make sure she's taken. Shit, that goes on.
Bigger brush. So I'm always looking, I love the gesture of one too. And I want to try to connect these shadow shapes. So I want a pattern of light coming through here, but also to connect some shapes. Some big fancy lace thing here. I usually get a lot more colorful. Where are all my greens? I like that vanilla.
So you would make those hands with gloves. I mean, you would do that.
I was
right?
debating that, Frank. I thought about that today. I thought, how am I going to handle those hands?
Yeah.
As I was doing the drawing last night, I thought, gee, do I want those white, white gloves, or whether I would almost be tempted to put flesh tone in there.
Down there?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that too, but now I'm thinking white gloves would be better.
You do. I'm going to leave it this way until I figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? But oh man, yes, they need to be finishing. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so what you want to do anyway is just come down and pretend you're going to paint it and then stop. That's always good. You can always smush and throw paint. I throw paint paint sometimes because I really don't know where to go. And it gets you somewhere. Fast. Doesn't it? Doesn't it get you somewhere? Okay. Let's just smush that around a little bit. Remember, if you have an area where you need to leave and you want to get out, it's better to exit gracefully than to have this hard line that says stop. I did splatter here. Let's get a little more shadow on that up here. Maybe put a little more shadow on that top of that. That helps. That really helps. What was wrong with this painting? That's better. There's that Skips green. I had to get it in there somehow. Okay, let's put a little mat around it and see where we are. I want the feeling of light and, you know, all that stuff. If I put the mat around, maybe I can see how it's going. It's been a fun experience. I like to, let me go this way. No. No. Well, I have to go this way. Okay, because I wanted to get that corner.
Can I ask about your drawing? Do you always leave the drawing as you originally drew it, or do you end up sometimes erasing some of the lines?
Oh, yeah. I will erase. Of course. I try to erase some of those lines. You know, whatever's going to leave, whatever's going to erase. I heard of something that you all might be interested in. It's called an oops eraser. Does anybody have one?
Yes.
An oops eraser. I'm afraid to use it, so I've had it hidden at home, except now I can't find it. So I won't take it with me because I'm afraid I'll lose it. I heard that you can erase.
Yes.
Yes. An eraser.
Yes.
And it won't hurt your watercolor.
No.
What is it called?
It's
It's called oops.
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 Oops. Yeah.
Oops.
O-O-P-S.
O-O-P-S.
You know, like oops. Oh, where do you buy it? Where do we?
No, not Cheap Joe's, because I asked about
Wet
it.
paint has them.
Oh, yeah.
Who has it?
Wet paint?
Wet paint. Down at Grand Avenue.
All right, I'm going to order some because I'm going to order a whole supply.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind paints, drawing.
Drawing. Pencil.
Pencil, thank you. It's really, really bad when you know what I'm talking about. Think about it. I would love to erase some of those lines. You know, I don't want to make this a funny shape. Just do this. Okay. Anyway, I think it would be nice to have an eraser, you know, like I use a kneaded eraser, and in here, if this is big, you don't want to ever do it, of course, while it's wet, or get near any lines that are